Hi, welcome back. Today I am here with a Comic-Con haul. Woohoo! I went to New York City Comic-Con 2018 recently and had an amazing time. Yeah, it was just incredible. I will link my vlog of that up above if you guys want to go and check it out, but I got to meet some incredible authors. I just had a really great time. I also got a lot of books. Little known fact, New York City Comic-Con is a really great place to go for free books and discounted books because most people don't go for the publishers, so I have lots of books to share with you today. I do have a few that I purchased, and then I have a lot that were giveaways or ARC drops, and yeah, I want to share them with you because there's a lot of really fun ones. So let's get into this. So first up, I just wanted to share, these are maybe not the most exciting things, they're just samplers, but I'm excited about them. They had samplers of The Everlasting Rose by Daniel Clayton. This is the sequel to The Bells, which I loved, and part of why I mention it is I cosplayed as one of the Bells. I will put a picture here if you guys want to see. It was super fun, and several people knew what I was, which was really exciting, so I'm very excited about this. It is coming out next year in March. Also, I just thought this was super interesting. Apparently, Netflix is making a Carmen Sandiego animated series, and also there are some books coming out through HMH, which is really fun. How many of you guys watched Carmen Sandiego as children? I certainly did, so it's kind of fun that it's making a comeback. All right, moving on, I also had the opportunity to pick up Victoria Schwab's brand new comic book. Guys, she's got comic books coming out this year, very exciting. This is a prequel to the Shades of Magic series, and it is signed. I ran into her and got to actually chat with her and the illustrator, which was really cool. So this is it. This is the Steel Prince. This is going to be an arc of, I believe, 3, and then there are going to be some other things in some of her worlds coming as well in the next year. And this just looks really cool. I'm very excited to read it. What I also was able to pick up, which was a convention exclusive, is this Steel Prince Ashcan preview, which is all signed by Victoria Schwab and by the illustrator. And so this has some previews, it has an interview with the author, it's got some of the early sort of artwork in here before it was all colored in, some bonus content, so yeah, it's just really kind of cool and a fun collectible thing to have, so I'm really excited to do that, and it was just lovely to meet her. She's just the most sweet, wonderful person. So, moving on, oh my gosh, like so many things to talk about. Okay, maybe I should talk about the books that I actually purchased. Seriously, so many books. It's getting really warm, so I'm gonna take my sweater off because it's really hot. I purchased 3 books and a book box while I was at Comic-Con, and then they had a lot of giveaways, guys, like a lot. It was kind of crazy. Okay, so first of all, Pierce Brown, author of Red Rising, was doing a signing, and I do have all of his books in hardcover, but I don't have any paperbacks, so I got my favorite of the trilogy, Golden Sun, in paperback for the signing. So yes, I am a huge fan of this series. I love it. Golden Sun is my favorite, so that is signed. Also, guys, we got this beautiful art print. I will do a close-up so you can see it. I know it's a little bit gory, but it's so pretty. This is of Virginia Augustus, also known as Mustang. It is fan art by Grace Zhu, and not only that, but also with any of his book purchases, we got this really cute pin, which I will do a close-up of here so you can see what it looks like because it's really small, but it says per aspera ad astra, and that is a Latin quote from the books. It means through the thorns to the stars, and I kind of love it, so that was really fun. So now I have a paperback copy of one of his books, and I have them all in hardcover. Excessive? You know, it's like one of my favorite series right now, and I definitely have friends like Leanna who own way more copies than I do. Okay, then HarperCollins had this really cool deal where if you bought a book, you could choose a free book along with it. And because I hit them up on Thursday, which was the first day where there weren't so many people, they still had a lot of really good options. And yes, so I'll show you the books that I purchased. So the first book that I bought was actually just one for my kids. This is Wonder Woman Meet the Heroes. So just like nice little kids book. And the book that I selected as my free book to go along with it is one that has actually been on my radar and on my wish list for a while. I keep looking at it and think about buying it, but I haven't found a discounted copy, so I finally got The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, which I'm really, really excited about. I know the third one in this series came out recently. I've heard nothing but good things about it. It is adult science fiction, but I think it is more about the characters and the plot than about the science stuff, and everyone seems to really like it, so I'm excited to give this one a try. It's been on my wish list for a while. Then the other one I bought, I've heard about and I've been interested in, and I decided to pick it up partly because it came with an arc of the sequel, which is pretty cool. So this is Heartstone by L. Catherine White. Guys, this sounds so cool. It is a Pride and Prejudice fantasy retelling. It's adult fantasy romance that is a Pride and Prejudice retelling with dragons. I'm so here for it. Let me just read you the top blurb on the back. It says, "They say a rider in possession of a good blade must be in want of a monster to slay, and Marybourne Manor has plenty of monsters." Guys, I'm so about this. I'm really excited. And it comes with an arc of the sequel. This is Dragon Shadow. And when does this come out? Oh, okay, this is coming out in November. So yes, I got both of these, which was super exciting. And then the final thing that I decided to purchase was this Bookish Surprise box by Penguin Random House. And it's a mystery box that comes with 2 sci-fi or fantasy books and some goodies. So it was $20, and I think it's like a decent value. I actually, the first one I got, I like had or didn't like the books that came in it, so I asked if I could exchange it, and they were super wonderful and let me exchange it. So, all right, so here are the things that came in the box. First, it had this really cute pin, which is for The Future is Female journal. I love the like cat ears. Yes, it's very cool. And then there was a sampler of Warcross, which I already own. I don't know why. I think they probably had extras and just sort of threw stuff in there, which is fine, but I like the pin. It's cool. And then it came with 2 books. So the first one is this one, Gilded Cage by Vic James. And this one sounds fun. It is urban fantasy set in modern day Britain. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I really like the cover and it sounds kind of interesting. So this is adult fantasy. And then the other book that came in it, I have a hardcover copy of this, but I don't have it in paperback. So they had And I Darken by Kiersten White. And if you guys don't know, I'm like recently finding I love Kiersten White and I really want to read this sometime soon. It is kind of historical fiction, gender-flipped retelling of Vlad the Impaler. It's not super historically accurate, but I've heard that it's really good. So I do want to pick that up. It's the first in the series. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with those 2 book picks. And then the other thing that came in it, which I think is really cool, is this beautiful journal that has old Penguin classics on the front of it. So I just really like it. I think it's really nice and pretty. So yeah, basically it was $20, which is like, you know, a decent value. So like the pin, the books, the journal, it was cool. Would I do it again? I don't know, maybe. I think it's the first year they've done them, so I think they maybe will get better next year, but yeah, so that was a fun one. So those are all of the books that I purchased. Moving on to the ARCs and other giveaway books, because there were plenty of those as well. So in what was maybe one of my biggest fangirl moments of the convention, I got to meet Seanan McGuire, author of the Wayward Children series, which you guys might know I have been really loving. I brought all of my books, she signed them, and because she's just lovely and amazing, she also gave me her last arc of the next book in the series, In an Absent Dream. I'm so happy I have this, and she signed it, which was wonderful. So I'm really, really excited to have this. I already have the finished copy pre-ordered, but I've been like drooling over these arcs all over Instagram. So yeah, this is the 4th book in the Wayward Children series. They were also doing a giveaway and signing of 2 books in another series that I have not read by her. She's like incredibly prolific and has written a lot of stuff that I have not read. So these are in the same series. I'm not sure which one is first, but they are Discount Armageddon and Midnight Blue Light Special in these mass market paperback editions. These are the encrypted novels, and it sounds cool. It says telepathic mathematicians, chess-playing dragons, boogeyman nightclub owners, talking mice. It's a family that studies the monsters of the world, and yeah, I don't know. It sounds fun, so that's cool. So I have those as well. More Seanan McGuire, which is great. One of my other very exciting things was they did a signing with Catherine Arden, author of Bear and the Nightingale, which I loved, and Small Spaces, which I also loved. I've not yet read the second book in that series, but I own it and I want to read it. Now I really need to read it because they have these really cool convention exclusive editions of Bear and the Nightingale, which I kind of love. They've done this before for Red Rising, and now they did them for Bear and the Nightingale. And it is signed, which is very cool. So I got to chat with her, see her again. But guys, I also managed to get an ARC of The Winter of the Witch. Ah, it's super exciting. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. This one is also signed, and this is book 3. It is coming out in January, so now I really need to read book 2 so that I can read my arc of book 3. So that was a really fun one to pick up. I think they had like pretty limited quantities and you had to like know the password to ask for one, and I got it. Yes. What else can we talk about? God, there's so many. There were like so many books. They were also doing a giveaway of this book that I think I'm gonna give a try to. It's a literary thriller. I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard that it's a very weird book, so I don't know if it will work for me or not, but I may give it a try. This is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I heard somebody recently talking about this and saying that, like, despite what it sounds like, it's actually not about suicide. I think it's about thinking of ending a relationship. But yeah, it's a literary thriller. I don't know a whole lot about this. Let me know if you guys have read this before, but they were doing a giveaway and it sounded kind of interesting, so I picked it up. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll just like go through all the rest of the giveaway books and then go through all the arcs, because that seems like a good way to divide this up. Let's do that. There was also a giveaway for the first two books in this adult science fiction series that I actually haven't heard of, by Walter John Williams. So this is Dread Empire's Fall, The Praxis, and Dread Empire's Fall, The Sundering. So these are the first 2 books in the series, and it sounded kind of interesting. It's like adult sci-fi where there's like a tyrannical empire and civil war, and I don't know, could be cool. So I might give that a try again. Tell me if you guys have read these, if they're any good. Seemed fun. Man, it's a lot of books. Okay, so the next book they were doing a giveaway of is one that I actually read years ago, and I used to own this. I don't anymore, and I was kind of happy to get a copy. This is The Green Rider by Kiersten Britton. I guess they're doing this to promote the 20th anniversary edition, and guys, that makes me feel so old. Because I think I discovered the series either in late high school or early college, I can't remember now, which was a while ago. It was still pretty early on in the series at the time, so I feel really old now. But this is great. I actually think that if this was written today, it might have been released as YA. I don't know. It's about this young woman. I mean, it's like epic high fantasy basically, and I really liked it. It's got this like awesome female character and it was good. It's fun. Next up, they were doing a giveaway. I'm really excited to have this, guys, because I saw this author talk on a panel at the Brooklyn Book Festival. I will link my vlog of that up above if you want to check it out, but ever since then I've been really interested in picking up her book, and it's been in and out of my shopping cart online, like, do I need it, but I want to read it, and so they were giving it away, and she was signing it, which was super cool. So I now have The Tiger's Daughter by Kay Arsenault Rivera, and I am very excited to have this. It is Asian-inspired adult fantasy, and it's supposed to be like fairly feminist. It deals with themes of biracial identity and how that can play out in interesting ways, and it features a female-female romance, and I've just heard really good things about it, and she seems lovely and is hilarious, and I really enjoyed hearing her talk, so I got this and got a signed copy. They were doing a giveaway. Book 2 just came out. If you guys have read this, I figured I should probably read the first one before I buy the second one, but also the cover is really pretty. So yes, that was really exciting. Like, glad I didn't buy it, I guess, because now I have it, so that's fun. There was also a giveaway and signing of the first book by this author that I know is really popular, but I've never read anything by him, and this seemed like a great opportunity to pick something up. This is The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett. I know that he is a fairly prolific adult fantasy author. Like I said, I've not read anything by him. It was super cute. His daughter was with him, kind of assisting. She was probably like 8 or 9 maybe, and she was adorable, like in her Harry Potter robes. It was great. But yeah, he did signage, which was cool, and I mean, you know, adult fantasy is usually up my alley, so it seems like fun. And the final finished book giveaway that they were doing is one that I just saw somebody actually read and review, and they said it was really good, and the cover looks awesome. This is called Kill the Queen by Jennifer Estep, a Crown of Shards novel. What is this actually about? Interesting. I don't know. It's like another fantasy one. It's got like gladiators and magic and a badass woman who gets pushed to kill the queen, I guess. I don't know. It just looks really cool. So that's fun. So there you go. Those are all of the finished books that I got as giveaways. Now let's talk about the ARCs, because there are a good number of them. Like I said, New York City Comic Con, guys, good place for books. So first up, maybe let's talk about the middle grade ones, because I had a few middle grade ARCs. Let's do this. Alright, so this is what we'll do. We'll talk middle grade, and then we'll talk YA, and then we'll talk adult. So I have 4 middle grade ARCs. 2 of them are from HMH. The first one is The Last Day of Summer by Lamar Giles. This looks really great. This is the kind of one that in a couple years, 2 or 3 years, I probably want to have around for my kids, and it sounds like fun. It's about these boys who on the last day of summer somehow manage to stop time, but then a portal opens and all these like crazy things start happening and they've got to like figure out how to handle it. So it just looks like a really cute, really fun middle grade novel with diverse characters. Yeah, it just looks great, so that's fun. The other one from HMH is Spark by Sarah Beth Durst. I have been really wanting to read books by her. I own but haven't read some of her adult high fantasy. I didn't know that she also wrote for kids, and so this is a middle grade fantasy novel with a dragon, and it looks super fun. Oh, also I should tell you when they come out. So The Last Day of Summer is coming out in April of next year, and Spark is coming out in May of next year. So these are some like, oh wow, I didn't even realize, these are some like really early ARCs, but they look like fun. Next one is The Strangers by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This one is coming out in April as well, and it sounds really interesting. It's about these 3 siblings who see reports about these missing children that have some of their same characteristics, and then weird things start happening. So I don't know like exactly what it is, but it just sounds like a really intriguing premise, and I know that she has been a really popular children's author, so yeah, that's pretty cool. This is from HarperCollins Children. And then the final I guess I have 2 more middle grade books. Okay, 2 more middle grade books. The next one is The Monster Catchers by George Brewington. This is from Macmillan. It is about a family that catches monsters. So fun middle grade. Last middle grade ARC that I have is one from a smaller publisher. This is, who is it? Who's it coming? Oh, Sterling. This is coming out through Sterling in June of 2019. It's called Bad Order. It says, a little known tale of regular kids and holographic aliens facing an interdimensional catastrophe, which is super fun. It says it's A Wrinkle in Time meets Stranger Things, which sounds great. So yeah, those are all of the middle grade ARCs that I picked up. Moving on, let's talk about the YA ARCs. And first of all, let's talk about the one that I'm probably most excited to have gotten my hands on. This is Slayer by Kiersten White. It's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer novel by Kiersten White. I recently read Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein and loved it. I will link my review up above. Guys, I love Buffy. I'm so excited for this. So this is coming out in January. It also came with like some really cool pins, which I'll show you. I can do close-ups. So these ones are kind of fun. I'm Chosen, Slayer, Slay Me, Watcher. But the really, really cool one is this, and it's like a steak. It's so freaking awesome. So yes, this is probably the one I'm most excited to have. I will for sure be managing to put this on my TBR really soon. Another one I'm pretty excited about as well, this is coming out from Epic Reads. It is Sherwood by Megan Spooner, and this is a gender-flipped retelling of Robin Hood, which sounds really cool. If it's done well, I hope it is. This is coming out in March. So I've got a while to read that. I will pick that up. I love the cover. It's really pretty. I've actually been wanting to read her other book. What is it? Hunted? Oh, okay. So that was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Interesting. Okay. I've been like kind of interested, but I haven't read this. It says, Robin of Locksley is dead and Maid Marian doesn't know how she'll go on. Oh, that's fun. So she like becomes Robin Hood. Oh, okay. So this sounds really cool. Then there was one that just sounds kind of fun. This is coming out in January. It is Death Prefers Blondes by Caleb Roerig. Apparently he's very funny. This is a YA mystery that involves drag queens. So yeah, and apparently it's really funny and has good representation, and it just sounds like a really fun book. And this is coming out through Fierce Reads. So yeah, excited to have that. 3 more YA ones. The first one is also through HMH. It's called You Owe Me a Murder by Eileen Cook. This one is coming out in March. Oh, this sounds super fun. Guys, I'm so it says 17-year-old Kim never expected to plot a murder, but that was before her boyfriend suddenly dumped her for another girl. And now she's stuck on a trip to London with both of them. So this sounds fun. And then this is another one. This one I kind of want to read soon. It's not coming out till April, but it sounds like a really good fall read. This is coming out through Disney Publishing. It's called The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. This one actually was a signed one, which was pretty cool. So I got to meet the author and she seemed great. So I got it signed. This is like a creepy kind of horror slash mystery set in upstate New York. Oh, okay. I guess it also involves an interdimensional monster, so it's got some supernatural elements to it. Guys, this is blurbed by Claire Legrand, who I love, author of Furyborn and Sawkill Girls, 2 of my favorite books of the year. FYI, those will be on that list at the end of the year. She says, fans of the Raven Boys and Stranger Things rejoice. This is your new obsession. So this is like a paranormal, creepy, horror thriller-y thing. I don't know, it sounds really good, so I am definitely going to be reading that. And the final YA arc that I have is The Cold is in Her Bones by Peter Nell Van Arsdale. And this one's coming out in January, so this is a little bit soon. And it sounds super interesting. Again, it's another like kind of creepy one, perfect for winter. Milla knows 2 things to be true. Demons are real, and fear will keep her safe. And she lives on like an isolated farm, and I think it's like a coming of age story, so yes. Also the cover art is really pretty. Finally, I have 3 adult arcs. I'm pretty sure all of these are adults. The first one is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, because like, can we ever have enough Beauty and the Beast retellings? Probably not. This is The Beast's Heart by Leif Shallcross. The cover is very pretty. This is going on sale in February, and this is a retelling from the Beast's perspective. So yeah. Sounds fun. The next one is A Brightness Long Ago by Guy Gavriel Kay. This one's coming out in May of 2019 through Berkeley. It's like a mix of fantasy and historical fiction. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's a mix. It's like a historical fantasy novel, adult, and it is set in the world of early Renaissance Italy. Sounds super interesting, so that one could be cool. And the final book that I picked up, I actually got to meet the author and got it signed, which was pretty awesome. This is Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. And this was sold to me as an African Game of Thrones, which sounds awesome. It is like quite the tome, as is Game of Thrones. This is like, yeah, over 600 pages. But the cover's pretty cool. And I got it signed, which is really fun. This is coming out in February. He's also the author of A Brief History of 7 Killings, which was a Man Booker Prize winner. I think that one's more like literary fiction, but yeah, this seems really cool. And Neil Gaiman blurbed it. Cool. He said, Black Leopard Red Wolf is the kind of novel I never realized I was missing until I read it. A dangerous, hallucinatory ancient Africa, which becomes a fantasy world as well realized as anything Tolkien made, with language as powerful as Angela Carter's. Bloody, yeah, so this sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, so that's cool. So I've got that. All right, there you go. Those are all of the books that I picked up. I am also going to show you a few other things because I got some fun like merch items if you want to stick around for that. Just a handful. Okay, so I got some more pins, which are really fun. I got a couple of Grishaverse pins, so the Sun Summoner and Materialki. I'll do close-ups of all this stuff so you guys can actually see what it is. I also got a couple of really awesome Cassandra Clare pins, which was really fun. One of them is this gorgeous Shadowhunter Army pin promoting Queen of Air and Darkness, which is coming out soon. And then there was also this Antidote rune pin. So those were really fun. There was also a pin for Courting Darkness by Robin Lefevers. I read Grave Mercy a while ago, and this is like a new book in the series or a new series in the world, something like that, but this pin is so pretty, you guys. It says, "You will be the death of me." So that's really fun. I also picked up this pin that says #SaveAmara. There's a companion novel to Geekerella coming out next year in spring, which I'm really excited about. I really liked Geekerella, so I'm here for a companion novel. And then there were also some buttons for Skyward, which is Brandon Sanderson's new YA novel, and it looks really cool. So I'm excited about the book, and I liked those. And then there were some character cards that were really awesome. And this, I don't even know what you call this, but I love it. It's for Victoria Schwab's Shades of Magic series. It's got this cute little crown charm, but this is just really cool. It's got the Londons in different colors. So you've got gray London, red London, white London, and black London, and they are like all layered on top of each other like in the series. So I kind of love it. I think it's awesome. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it other than like take pictures of it, but I just thought it was really cool. Lastly, there were character cards for 2 books that are coming out in early next year. The first one, I don't know anything about it, but it looks really cool. So this is for Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz. It's coming out through Penguin Teens. They have these like beautiful character art cards. Marguerite, Iris, Cora, and Stessa. And I don't know who the artist is, but it's just stunning. And then finally, they had some cool character cards for Song of the Dead, which is the sequel to Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, which I really loved. The sequel's coming out in January. So they've got Azalea and Kiersten. I love the art. It's so fun. And then 2 of the animals, which is fun. So Nipper and Lysander the bear. So exciting. So yeah, that's really fun. Okay, I will stop there. That is all of the things that I picked up at New York City Comic Con. Talk to me in the comments down below about any of your thoughts on this, what you guys would recommend I read first, or what you're interested in reading. I would love to hear from you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.